start with. 4 minutes for Mr. McAllister.
Madam President, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, after the United Kingdom decided to leave the European Union, people not only in Europe but throughout the whole world have heard and read a lot about Article 50 that sets out the process of how a member state may withdraw from the European Union. I believe that we should scroll backward one paragraph and focus on Article 49 that provides the legal basis for any European state to join the European Union. That said, the message of our debate tonight on the European Parliament's report on Serbia should be clear. Serbia doesn't only have a European perspective, Serbia has a European future. This country is clearly moving towards the European Union. So far, 8 chapters have already been opened in the negotiation process, while 2 have already been provisionally closed. I strongly welcome that Commissioner Hahn, who I would once again like to thank for his outstanding commitment and engagement in the region, announced this week in Belgrade that 2 more chapters will be opened this month. 3 points which are of utmost importance on Serbia's path towards the European Union I would like to mention. Firstly, the rule of law. I would like to use this opportunity to recall that Serbia's progress on the rule of law chapters 23 and 24 remains essential for the overall pace of the negotiation process. Judicial independence has to be assured in practice because corruption and organised crime still remain an obstacle not only to Serbia but to all Western Balkan countries' democratic, social and economic development. In another point, I agree with the European Commission and the Council to guarantee unhindered exercise of the freedom of expression and media. Shortcomings in this area should be addressed as a matter of priority. Secondly, Serbia's economy. The criteria for membership are intended to help Serbia to stand on its own feet and become fit for our common market and for the global economy in general. Serbia made progress with regard to the budget deficit and restructuring of publicly owned enterprises. The government in Belgrade is implementing an impressive economic and structural reforms agenda, which has already yielded results in terms of growth prospects and reduction of domestic and external imbalances. Moreover, this country has demonstrated its commitment to the EU connectivity agenda, which we aim to enhance further at the Trieste summit in July. And thirdly, regional cooperation and good neighbourly relations. The government in Belgrade has made very important symbolic but also substantial steps to contribute to a better understanding and cooperation in the region. We all know Serbia's EU accession process is closely linked to the normalisation of relations with Kosovo. It's not only about concluding agreements, it's more about implementing them. As soon as Serbia has a new Prime Minister, and as soon as Kosovo has a stable government, both parties should continue to move forward with the full implementation of all the already reached agreements, and that in a good faith and in a timely manner. Both sides, Pristina and Belgrade, should now make clear steps to show their commitment and credibility. Dear colleagues, a final remark. I am convinced that this resolution is able to find the right balance between praising Serbia for adopting important reforms and pointing out what remains to be done. As we are having our political discourse, we shouldn't forget that we are talking about changes that demand a lot from the Serbian citizens. I am well aware that this process goes far beyond a purely economic transformation. It is a truly social transformation, but I am convinced that this reform process is worth every effort. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now Madam Dalli has the floor.
Thank you, President, honourable members. On behalf of the Presidency, it is my great pleasure to address this Parliament to discuss the